Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective, and welcome back to the 10th anniversary special. I'm Connor. With me on this video is Blake.
Hey everybody.
Bob.
Hey kids, how's it going?
And Matt.
This is my first intro line.
Oh.
Wow. Oh,
that's creepy.
Don't forget our two guests.
It's a pretty scary episode we got here, so I thought I would switch things up with a scary introduction.
Yeah, we've got a scary set of MTSUs / creepypastas.
I don't really know. Yeah, this is. I don't really know.
Merely the Spook Up.
Right.
Pack 666.
Yeah.
But wasn't the premise of this that we were in a Lost episode or something? Like, this is the SDC Lost episode? Like, oh no, where did this video come from? But like, we just introduced at the start. So, like, I don't know.
Right, this is the Lost Steel Donut episode as well.
And don't forget our two guests. The ghost that is joining us, and also the horrible disease that has infected my body because I am sick. This episode.
That's
Dude, there's like 30 different horror movies in one just in this intro.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm also sick, but my 6 different blood diseases cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Nice.
You basically created like a filibuster in your body.
Yeah. None of them can do anything until they all agree. Mm-hmm. All right, let's start on creepypasta.com with a classic idea. A lost episode.
Oh no.
Seinfeld lost episode.
Wow, that sounds extremely scary.
I'm gonna just
look at the scary picture.
Yeah, I'm going in assuming this is some kind of joke, right? Because like, look at this picture.
It's the Seinfeld theme, but in minor key.
They missed a bunch of spots. Like, look at George's forehead and like Jerry's
that's intentional.
neck.
Let's to make it look more scary.
That doesn't make it more scary for you?
Bad special effects are terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you're watching Seinfeld reruns in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden the TV flashes this, and you know you're going to die.
That's true.
George Costanza himself will kill you.
All right, you guys want me to read this?
Sure.
There's a story about a lost episode of Seinfeld floating around the internet.
Is there now?
Is this that story?
Yeah, I was about to ask, but I thought maybe that'd be too obvious of a question.
This is just a tribute.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You haven't. This is not the real story. This is just a tribute to that story. Yeah. The episode was supposed to air around season 6, possibly during season 6, but
around it. It could have been before or after. No one knows.
Yeah.
But it was mysteriously cut. We'll see if this. It's so mysterious why this episode was cut. The official story about the episode was that it featured Elaine purchasing a firearm after being mugged, but many elements about this episode were never revealed until recently.
Oh.
NBC executives refused to officially report on the episode until the Seinfeld Season 6 DVD commentary.
Wait, why did the NBC executive appear on the commentary?
Yeah, that's who I want to hear from. I'm like,
NBC executive, can you tell me about this episode that you weren't involved with?
Whoa, DVD commentary from Kenneth Bradshaw, one of the executive producers? Boy.
Imagine him being on there and being like, I don't actually know. Like, I wasn't there for shooting. I wasn't,
Yeah, I
just kind of paid them to make this. I don't really know what they're doing, dude.
Like, during the filming of
Season 6... What's going on in
this
scene? I don't know.
Yeah, during this Season 6, I was working on other projects, but I was financially supporting the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen this episode before. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, man, this is great. I love this episode. Who
made this show?
We made this. Oh, great.
Oh,
that reminds me... The worst DVD commentary I ever heard was for The Karate Kid because it was Pat Morita, Ralph Macchio, and I think one of the producers. The producer just shared boring stories that weren't related to anything. Ralph Macchio was really boring, and Pat Morita was clearly drunk as fuck during the thing.
God.
Nice.
It was real bad. You should look it up sometimes. It's very funny.
Oh, man. I have the tape, but as someone who works within... Did I read that wrong? I have the tape. But as someone who works within NBC, unfortunately, I can't reveal my sources.
What does that mean?
So they work... I think that period should have been a comma, and what they meant to say was, I have the tape, but because I'm someone who works within NBC, I can't reveal my sources.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I think. Yeah.
That's what they mean to say.
My
Yeah.
first suspect is the guy in the tape room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably the tapes guy.
Chair's messing up. Okay, there we go.
I work at the GE building in Rockefeller Plaza, and I have access to their digital archives. Well, okay, then I think I know how you got the...
So you're your own source.
I've seen sentence like splices, like comma splices. This is a paragraph
I
splice.
was
You
gonna
didn't need
say,
a
why is
paragraph
this in a
break
new paragraph?
because this is directly related to the last thing you said. It should be in the last paragraph.
And it's not like a dialogue beginning or anything. This
I
just
think it's-
should be the last paragraph.
I love that this guy's so protective of his sources, but he's not protective of his own identity.
Yeah.
He's like,
By the way, if you want, here's my full name, here's my address, here's my boss.
Here's
if you
my
would like to
office
contact
number.
him.
Yeah, like I work
Yeah.
within the digital archives at the GE building in Rockefeller Plaza for
There's only
NBC.
2 of us here, me and my manager.
Right, and so there we go. But I won't tell you my name. That's as much as I can divulge. Okay, well,
It actually says that.
yeah. We also have the entire original Seinfeld series in multiple formats. Stop showing off, including original reels and VHS tapes. Jesus Christ.
What about the laser disc?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they don't have that, do they?
Yeah, cowards. I noticed an episode with the production code 607 was missing from the tape set, and it was relocated in a set of old newsreels.
Old newsreels?
Yeah.
Just relocated.
So when you say you work in the digital, when you have access to the digital archives, you're like in there all the time. You're like noticing that individual tapes are moving around.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a
Yes.
spooky ghost moving them.
That really narrows down who it could be a lot. Right?
Or at least it would if any of this was fucking real.
Yeah. Yeah. The replacement episode, the Mom and Pop Store, was filmed a season later to replace the missing episode.
It was filmed a season later?
Yeah, and
Then they just what? Then they somehow
sent the
went back
episode
in time and aired it on
Yep.
TV later?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep, you got it figured out, Matt. You know.
They wait, so hang on.
Yeah, they
literally
filmed it-
warped time and space to make
Right.
this air correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We
mean,
have to
you
have
gotta-
24 episodes a season.
Yeah, and you
can't
gotta understand.
possibly-
You gotta understand. Jerry Seinfeld at that time was like at the top of his game,
Oh yeah,
right?
you just,
So he could do shit
yeah,
like that.
you could just do that back then. You
With
can't do
enough
that now.
money,
They won't
you
let
can
you.
do whatever
The
you want.
U.S. government
Right.
has gotten rid of all the time machines that us plebs used to be allowed to use. You
Yeah,
know?
kind of like how
Now there's so much regulation around time travel. Can't even go back in time and change the past anymore like you used to be
Yeah.
able to do.
cowards.
You know, I'm so tired of it.
Also, I looked it up, and sadly, they never released Seinfeld on Laserdisc. However, I'm seeing someone selling a copy of U2's Rattle and Hum live in concert on Laserdisc, and that I will take.
Oh.
How much are they selling it for?
$100.
And you think that's worth that?
Well,
That's a lot
Laserdisc is higher quality than DVD,
It's true. It's true.
but it
Okay,
is lower
but
quality than
now-
Blu-ray.
Now,
yeah,
here's
and
what I
the
wanna
stuff
know.
on the disc is lower quality than other things you can be purchasing.
Okay, but here's what I want to know: do they have Seinfeld on HD DVD?
That's what
Oh
I
my
want.
god. The most
They
cursed
probably
format.
did.
Did they ever release Seinfeld on, what the fuck was that disposable DVD?
It was
I
just,
just-
it was the same thing. Yeah.
I want every Seinfeld episode etched onto rubber or wax cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I prefer to
Did they ever
listen to it.
release it on the old spinning disc? That's what I want
Yeah.
to know.
Or how about when they released movies on Game Boy Advance? Remember that?
Oh shit!
People forget.
I want the
But those of
PSP
us-
Seinfeld release right
Those
now.
of us who were on road trips who had to watch Shrek on a Game Boy SP, we remember.
Oh yeah.
My God, this is supposed to be for the 10th anniversary of our thing, and we're making ourselves sound like we're fucking ancient because we are.
It's true.
I mean, our channel came out 10 years ago, so of course we're gonna reference stuff from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
That stuff was only 10 years ago when we first started.
that's true, and we haven't aged since.
Yeah, no, nothing new has happened in the past 20 years.
When you start
right.
out uncool, it's impossible to get more uncool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. The episode starts out as normal with Jerry's apartment, but the camera is much more steady.
What?
Jerry walks out as though he's been drugged and remarks that all of his family and friends have been dying lately.
Is this just like a Mad Lib?
This is a smooth. Yeah, it feels like a
The
Mad Lib
episode
action.
starts out, but
steady.
Jerry's apartment, but the camera is much more fill in the blank.
Hey, yeah,
Jerry
adjective.
walks out as though he's been fill in the blank and remarks that all of his friends and family have been fill in the
Verb,
blank.
yeah.
Verb.
Jerry walks out and he goes, "Man, push me to the edge. All my friends are dead." It's me, Jerry Seinfeld.
That's a very low effort Jerry Seinfeld.
That's what he sounds like.
That's how Jerry Seinfeld would want it.
Yeah, that's true. Understated performance. Like in his Pop-Tarts movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you guys seen that shit?
No,
He made a
well, I
movie-
know of it, but I haven't
He
seen
made a
it
movie
yet.
about the invention of the Pop-Tart, and it's like this fucking horrible. It's terrible. You should really watch it. Oh,
He also
God.
made B-Movie. And
Yeah,
B-Movie...
he's made two films, and they're both really, really controversial.
B-Movie was bad, but all the commercials for B-Movie where they were like in live action were really funny.
Yeah.
They were much
really-
funnier than the movie itself.
Much funnier, yeah.
Yeah. His buzzer rings. Buzzer because B-Movie. And it's George. George runs up, half crying, and tells Jerry he's seen something terrible. He's mumbling and stuttering for about 5 minutes until he can
Jesus.
form a sentence.
Can you imagine watching this on?
Sorry,
He just does it, and you're watching it for 5 minutes straight.
I mean, that's like a fifth of the broadcast time of a half-hour show.
Yeah, like they went to
and then it
commercial
cuts
for
to
the first time.
commercials. It goes
And he
on for
comes
so long
back,
as a
and he's still going,
it's a commercial break mid stutter, and it comes back, and he's still doing it.
It's like
And
something
you're
Andy
like,
Kaufman would do.
fuck?
Yeah.
It's like something Andy Kaufman would do. Like, it would be like performance art, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for his HBO special where he kept stuttering and turned it into, like, a weird song.
Yeah, I love that one.
Remember that this episode was called, what did they say? Mysteriously
Mason.
Cut? Is this mysterious to you?
Yes.
The first 5 minutes are
Right.
George standing there going,
Well, it gets even better with the next sentence.
Yeah. There are still pauses for humor, but there is no audience or laugh track.
Oh my god.
Pausing while stuttering?
George informs Jerry that planes have crashed into the Twin Towers due to a
What?
terrorist attack on New York.
Due
Hey, it's
to
a
one.
9/11 special.
That's
Hey,
right.
always
Wow,
comes
did you
back.
really think we were gonna get another 9/11 special in this fucking
I'm
out
not-
of this?
No, I'm a different man since the last time we filmed a 9/11 special.
Like,
forget
but I
to
mean, like, what
buy-
are the
I'm much more
odds that
chilled
for our
out
10th
now.
year anniversary we still get a 9/11 special in here?
Who
Like,
knew?
what are the fucking odds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Don't
I mean,
forget
the
to
odds are
buy your-
100% when we pick the stuff we cover.
No.
I
Oh,
didn't know
that's
this
true.
was gonna 9/11 was gonna be in this.
To be honest, neither did I.
Yeah.
Jerry turns on the
showing up.
news, and you can see modern footage of the 9/11 attacks, all pre-filmed several years before.
Oh my god,
I really-
conspiracy
I gotta say,
confirmed.
hold on.
There is time travel.
I gotta say, I really appreciate that NBC thought to pre-film 9/11
Well,
before
you know,
it happened,
they-
so that we
they
wouldn't have to
knew.
like have our cameras ready for the real event.
Well, I don't know if you knew, but they knew it was gonna happen.
They knew it was going to
that
happen.
little-
They filmed it several years before.
Well, remember, Alvin and the Chipmunks was they thought it was gonna be 9/10.
Yeah.
They all rushed out there. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
nothing happened. Yeah.
9/11 was
Nothing
an inside
happened. The
blowjob.
planes didn't crash. Then 9/11 shows up, and they're like, "Oh, it was 9/11 was on 9/11, not 9/10." And then
Yeah, I
then
always
everyone was
forget
ready
what day
for
it is.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, George says that isn't the worst part. 9/11's not the worst part. Elaine and Kramer were in the towers at the time of the bombing. Okay, I
Why
can
would
see
they
how that's
be
not.
there?
Yeah. What proceeds?
Also, was it a... Wait,
Also, was it
the
a bomb?
bombing? Hey, wait a minute. I think maybe this is legit written by a conspiracy theorist. They bombed the towers, you know. and
Yeah, I was
planes
gonna
were
say,
just
wait,
covered.
what bombing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. What proceeds is a graphic and explicit phone call of screaming and crying, and Kramer saying that something terrible has happened, and Elaine is dead. Kramer screams there's no air in the building, and he's burning to death, and that he's going to jump. Now,
Wow,
can
how
I get-
insensitive.
Now, which of you would like to do a Kramer impression? Saying some of this stuff. You don't have to say that you're going to
I-
jump.
Don't even know what he sounds like.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do a Kramer
He
impersonation.
like kicks in the door and he's like Jerry, and then like does go. There's no
that's a
air.
very
in the
low
building.
effort Kramer impression.
Yeah, it's a really low effort. That's why I was trying to throw to you guys. I wanted to see if one of you would bite, so I wouldn't have to do it at all.
Well,
Can I just say, like, oh, sorry, you go first.
I was gonna say I'm very proud of my low effort Jerry impression.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
With
It was
other
good.
low effort impressions.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Can I just say how, like,
ability.
terrible and sensitive this is? Like,
Matt.
come on, dude. People actually died in 9/11.
Yeah,
Don't do
people
this.
really did jump.
That
was-
really happened, dog. Don't do this.
Yeah, that
See, Matt
sucks.
just finds it insensitive because of the year I forgot to buy him a 9/11 card.
I know. But like, come
Right,
on,
I'm
man!
sorry.
Don't reference actual 9/11 events in your fucking cheap, shitty horror story like
I mean,
this. That's terrible.
I'm assuming this is supposed to be like. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is it
I'm
supposed to
assuming
be
like
funny?
a child wrote this or something, but like, come on, dude. You're
I
gotta be
assume
better
this
than
is
that.
some edgy bullshit. They
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a
That's
crime.
why I
I
assume
see a
child
lot
wrote
more
it.
edgier stuff, a lot more edgy stuff
Yeah.
later on.
Oh, good. The camera cuts to live footage of a man falling from the Twin Towers. George
Why would
genuinely
you
looks
do
upset. Yeah, I'm sure. And says,
Like,
I'm
it doesn't.
oh.
It's not even believable within like fiction of your fucking shitty like thing, right? It
Yeah.
almost sounds like a comedy bit, like something we would do. Like, oh man, I can't believe it. They got pre-filmed footage of 9/11 before it happened, or whatever. Like that sounds like a joke we would make.
Matt, this story is a masterpiece. Okay, you remember when Stephen King wrote that book about the JFK assassination? This is on the same level.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's so serious and high quality that it's not offensive. If it was a shitty story,
I'm not
then
even
it would be
offended. I
offensive.
just think it's like it's just what's the word? I don't know. Just
You
silly.
just you,
It just
you can't
seems silly.
appreciate the artistry, okay? You
I
just
really
can't appreciate
no.
the
Well, I mean,
artistry
I'm a
of
cinema
the story.
snob. I can't appreciate anything that isn't cinema. So
So, continuing the story, I just want to say he's referring to Jason Alexander, but he refers to him by his character name, even though in this scene right here, George genuinely looks upset and says, and then he's saying this to people who are not in the show. So, like, this is Jason Alexander talking. So I'm going to need either Matt or Connor to do a very low-effort George impression.
I'll just do. This is him talking, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's talking to Larry David.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Larry. I can't go through with this.
That was a pretty low effort, yeah. And he tries to walk off the set, but people stop him and push him towards the stage.
Wait, so he got off the set?
No, they
He
pushed
did or
him
didn't
back
get
into
off?
onto
Keep
the-
going.
Yeah. He walks out
Yeah.
Jerry's prop window, and you can hear him calling his agent. There's a lot of mumbling, and you can see candles being lit behind the stage.
Oh, keep going,
my.
keep going.
Hallelujah.
Advertisements.
Advertisements.
Damn.
Yeah, normally I think without an ad blocker there would be an advertisement right here,
Yeah.
but Jerry goes over to the bookcase and pulls it aside, revealing a ceremonial black table with candles, a dinner plate, and a strange box.
Hallelujah.
I don't think that's the song they're singing.
That's the song they're singing.
There is a Masonic symbol against a black cloth just outside where the fake stage window would be.
What?
Would be.
I love this.
But it was there. He walked it out. It.
Jerry says some weird things in a foreign dialect. Blake?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm Jerry
Bangers and
Seinfeld.
mash.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's a dialect, not a
Yeah, it's just a
language, so
foreign
it's just
dialect.
Oh.
oh yeah, that's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a weird dialect you've chosen. Okay. And one cut of the camera shows a poster of Barack Obama. This episode originally aired in 1995.
He really
Barack
did go
Obama
back
was
in
alive
time.
in 1995. He was alive. He
Wait,
did
but
not-
they pre-filmed 9/11.
Yeah, if that
But remember,
wasn't
this
weird
was
enough.
filmed. Oh, wait, never mind. I was
Okay.
thinking something else. I like how
If
this
that wasn't
episode still
weird
aired
enough.
on TV.
Yeah, apparently.
Wait, but that doesn't even like when has Barack Obama ever been tied to 9/11? George Bush was at the White House. He's always in the conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's not Barack Obama.
Bro-
And they make it sound like they say 1995 as if Barack Obama didn't exist.
Nah, he wasn't born yet.
Yeah, he existed in 1995.
That's why they
He
all
was-
want. That's why they all want Barack Obama's birth certificate. Is they want to make sure that he was born.
They want
He
to make
was
sure he was
old enough.
old enough to be president. That was the
Yeah,
whole
because there
thing.
is there's a minimum age. Like, people think it's because they want to make sure he's American. They just want to make sure he's old. Because you can't find
Nobody
proof he
knows
existed.
how old he is.
Yeah, there was definitely not a completely racist element to that. It was all about his
No,
age.
It was all about age.
It was all about definitely
you don't
about
want
age. He looked too
Yeah,
young.
absolutely. Yeah, they just want to make sure he was old enough to be president.
Hey, Barack
That's
Obama
why,
is-
and that's of course.
I can't even finish the bit with the straight.
And you know what? That's why they were all satisfied when they did see it.
Yeah.
They saw the
Well,
birth
you know,
certificate and they
to be
were
fair,
all happy.
hey, I was born in 1995, still not old enough to be president. So,
Dude, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's important we check that.
Yeah.
which is a shame because I was going to run for president this year.
Oh, you should wait a couple years.
Yeah, I was gonna say in
don't-
about 30 or so years, you should be old enough. I think.
30?
30 years, we won't even have a USA, dude.
By the way, this entire thing was pre-filmed. This entire episode, this
Yeah.
Steel Dome episode, was pre-filmed 10 years ago.
10
Yeah, this
years
is the
ago.
first one we ever recorded.
Yeah, the thing is, like, everything we're saying, all the jokes we're making about anything happening in the future is actually going to happen because we are recording it in the future and then sending it back in time to us now. But this originally aired in 1995, even earlier.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we're so prophetic with our jokes. The scene ends with Jerry waking up in bed, as though it's all a nightmare. Sure seems like
it was
one.
all a dream.
Kramer comes in and asks if Jerry has seen a lizard. Jerry laughs and says,
We are the lizards.
"Camera zooms silently. His eyes become slivered like oh,
You know what? That was actually funny.
we are the lizards."
That was actually funny.
The tape is only 7 minutes long, and what precedes is just, 5 minutes of that was him going, oh no, oh no, oh.
That means the rest of the events are only 2 minutes.
And what precedes is just 20 minutes of dead air. If you continue watching to the end, why? It seems there are 3 more news reports tacked on. More?
They got tacked on?
When was
tacked
the
onto
first
the
one?
fucking tape?
The first is about an outbreak of swine flu, the second about a train bombing, and the third...
Advertisements.
See, that's why it's a merely the setup, because we don't know the third conspiracy predicted by Jerry.
Wait,
All right.
hang on, wait, the publisher's note, look.
Yeah, this is a creepypasta that was originally posted on 4chan's X board. It's about a Seinfeld Lost episode titled The Mason.
Bro, I love
Yeah.
that he just like got a troll post off of fucking 4chan and posted it here anyway uncritically.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even think for a
anonymous.
second about where it came from and just completely posted it here without a single bit of critical thought.
I mean,
4chan
well,
is
when
a
you
place for serious discourse, okay?
I mean, you
That's
see
true.
that you see the picture up at the top. That tells you everything you need to know, I think.
That didn't even happen in the creepypasta.
What's your problem with
They didn't even
Yeah, their eyes didn't even go all red, and their skin didn't even go all gray.
they are the lizards.
That's true, they are the lizards. We are the lizards.
This was just original Photoshop content.
Also, we do have predictive jokes because actually Connor made a joke about eating Tide Pods and egg smudge like a good 2 years before the Tide Pod eating trend took off.
Again, another pre-filmed episode.
Yeah, we pre-filmed that one.
Yeah.
Connor thanks to anyone you know who ate a Tide Pod, you can thank Connor for that.
Hey, and you know how the episode ends with like, and the third ... Well, this video. Let me just say right now, the third one is going to be. I'm trying to say something that happens between now and when we originally recorded this in the future. Now meaning the time they're hearing it. Shit. I'm losing-
well, you know,
yeah.
just gonna say there will be
Yeah.
an election.
Okay, yeah, and the third was a news report about an election, yeah.
Yeah, there will be one.
Are we reading the comments? Or are we just reading
Oh, right, there are comments. Are there comments? Where are the comments?
It's called conversation below the.
Do I have to zoom
whole
out?
thing.
It's fucking crazy picking up that chair.
Mine's
If you're not seeing
loading.
them, maybe we should just move on.
Yeah.
Man, this
I don't
website
see
is
it.
great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, well, fuck it.
All
I
right.
can't even find the comments on this website, so let's go to Behind You, a micropasta on the Creepypasta wiki.
Still with
Oh,
you.
it's still here. Crazy.
Yeah. So
It's not gonna be like that last one we covered, where it got taken down right after we covered it.
I don't think so. I think this one's
They
gonna.
deleted it right after
fuck
we
you
covered
up,
it
Matt.
because the creepypasta wiki doesn't fuck around.
I don't know if it's a micropasta. Maybe they do fuck around. But look at that button, like that thing you pin to
said,
your shirt or such. Look behind you.
Behind you.
Yeah.
The door. Okay, so behind you, Robert was always afraid of the paranormal and a longtime reader of creepypasta.
And
just
I
like
stopped
us.
taking the story seriously.
He's just
And I
like
just
us,
closed
dude.
the tab.
Dude, he's just like us. I feel like related to. That's great.
And I just unfriended Bob.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, he's another Bob. He's a Robert. Roberts and Bobs.
Oh my god, he is!
We all know each other, even fictional Bobs. We have like a psychic connection, more or less. So
What? I thought Bob was short for Bob Bert.
no, Bob is short for Brotherhood of Bobs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's short for itself.
Yeah, and
crazy.
yeah, all Bobs. Here, this is a little Bob secret. Normally, we don't talk about this kind of stuff, but because I'm connected to the hive mind, they all know that I'm doing this. So, when you are in the Bob network, if you start thinking negative thoughts, those negative thoughts can bleed to other Bobs. So it's dangerous for me to think certain ideas because there are Bobs out there who could use those ideas for evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. Now that sounds like a real creepypasta.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Well, instead of that, we're going to
Yeah,
read
this
what
one.
happened to another Bob. And maybe this could ruin my and other Bob's lives.
Right. So it was no surprise that he would never walk under ladders, step on cracks, or do anything which supposedly invokes some sort of ill omen. However, for such a superstitious being, he paid no heed to Lucky Charms.
Why not?
To be Lucky Charms. Or superstitions which were supposed to invoke good luck. It was because of this that he would never understand how lucky he was to be able to turn his head.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. That's the wrong cereal. Never mind.
Sorry, I just turn his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's one of those
I'm
things that
trying
we
to
take
come up
for
with a
granted,
joke.
you know?
Yeah, we
Turn around
take-
with bright eyes.
But like 60% of Americans, like their necks just calcify at the
Yeah.
age of like 40 or something, and they can never turn their head afterwards.
That happened to me
would
on
that
my 40th birthday, yeah.
He was shocked to one day find a note on his wall which read, "Look behind you."
Just a note on his wall?
Yes,
Yep.
just on his
Okay.
wall. Being superstitious as he was, Robert spent the rest of the day staring at that note,
entire rest of the
unmoving.
day?
Yeah.
Yes, thinking to himself,
What happens
Just
if I
someone-
turn around? Will it kill me? Will it be the most hideous thing I've ever seen?
Wait, what?
the question
saw a
plagued
note.
him for. Yes. He saw a note, spent the rest of the day looking at that, and then the question plagued him for about 18 hours until he fell asleep.
So he has done literally nothing except
His
look at
entire
this note
day.
for 18 hours straight.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
Matt, if you woke up and you saw a note in your house that you didn't write, you didn't place, and no one else is in the house but you, that said, "Look behind you," it would scare the fuck out of you.
When I stared at it for 18 hours straight, though, is the question.
I mean, I feel like I would
And
follow
the
the
answer
instruction.
is no.
Like, I'd be like, okay, well, the person who wrote this and put it in my home is doing something. They're either going to kill me, or they're trying to maybe do something helpful, or something in between. Those are the only options. So, like, best case scenario, I turn around and I see something great. Worst case scenario, I see the death that was coming for me anyway.
Yeah, well, I if I saw it, honestly, I would just assume it was like some like stupid TikTok prank. Because you know, there's people who are actually like for TikTok breaking into houses these days.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, remember there was that guy in the UK who he's been in and out of jail like a million times, where he keeps doing the breaking into people's houses break. He's done it like a million
I
times.
love that.
Yeah,
prank.
but I mean,
love
like, just because that's one dude doing it doesn't mean everybody on TikTok's doing it.
Well, it's a trend with TikTok. There's other people doing it. So I'm
Well-
just saying, if I saw the note, I'd be like, God damn it.
I hope if somebody comes into my home, they just have the good sense to kill me.
Yeah. It's like, well, my back is to you. This will actually be easier than if I turn around.
Yeah,
imagine,
for sure.
Imagine you were the killer behind this guy, though, and you just had to sit behind him for 18 hours straight.
I mean, I would
come on,
leave.
man.
Like
Turn
any
around.
second now, he's gonna turn around, and then you just had to sit there and just
Like,
sit there.
I was
and just
instructed
sit
to
there and
shoot
just
you in the
sit
face.
there.
I was instructed to wait till you turned around and then say something to you and shoot you in the face. But you made me wait so long, I don't even remember what I was supposed to say.
I
So
don't
I'm just gonna
even want
shoot
to kill you anymore.
I'm just
I don't
gonna
want to be
leave.
here anymore, dog.
Yeah, it's not worth
Yeah.
it.
Well, in the morning, Robert awoke in his bed, having been carried there after just falling asleep on his feet. You know, looking at the note.
Maybe the note
Remembering
was on his
the
bed.
note.
He just put his face down on the note and went to bed.
And thinking it was a dream. An hour later, Robert was getting ready for work. He was horrified when a mutilated corpse, leaking pus and crawling with maggots,
What?
dropped out of his
Puss.
closet when he was trying to get a tie.
Huh?
Any reaction to that one? No, just
I'm
okay.
just.
Trying to get his tie.
So he
Remembering-
opens his closet and a corpse falls out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That appears to be completely unrelated.
Yeah, I was
to-
gonna say, like,
Yeah,
did
so
he kill
far
someone and
unrelated,
stuff
yeah.
them there before, or where did that come from?
Well, remembering the warning in what he now believed was not a dream,
Dad?
he didn't look behind himself.
He
Oh.
didn't look behind himself.
He was too distracted by the corpse to now look behind himself. This is still unrelated.
So look
Yeah, I'm
behind
so
you is supposed to be a warning for tomorrow morning when a corpse drops out of the thing, and then he's supposed to look. But that's more distracting, honestly. Like, if a corpse drops out of my closet as I open the door, I'm probably going to take a step back and go, oh, shit, and then, like, probably look away. Like, I was already going to look away. I wasn't going to stare at the
Yeah.
corpse. But, like, if you warned me 18 hours ago, this is not helpful.
You know,
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's more
this-
like it's
well,
just
hang
a window of time. If at any point he would just look behind himself, he would have been fine. He had full, like,
corpse or
24
this
hours.
guy?
Okay, but then
Yeah.
the corpse
Who
falls
died?
towards him, but it's like nothing bad is happening to Robert
Well,
except
no,
that
hang on.
he's...
Read the last part. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually want to
Yeah.
dissect this.
All right. He was declared dead in the hospital 6 hours later, rushed there by EMTs when the local hospital received a mysterious call from the someone who was
the
presumed to be the person who fatally wounded Robert.
Fatally wounded him.
A mysterious call
Inscribed-
from the someone who was presumed to be...
Yes.
And then this last sentence is great. Inscribed on Robert's gravestone
Rude.
are the same words said by that caller.
Rude.
He died because he didn't look behind him.
If I was a
Okay,
fucking
wait,
ghost,
wait.
I'd be so mad if you put my murderer's words on my gravestone.
But wait, hang on. Let's dissect this for a second. And by let me just get this real quick. So let me get this straight. Somebody wrote, "Look behind you" on his wall, and then for over 18 hours he didn't do it. Let's see, what's 6 plus 8? Is that 22? Yeah, for 22
24.
hours he didn't look at it.
No, for
Behind him.
24. That's what I'm saying. He had a 24-hour window to at any point just look behind him and the killer would
Oh,
spare
that's
him.
right. That's right. So 8 plus 6 is 24. Okay. That makes a little more sense. I was so confused. I was like, why did he die from this?
Because
Where did that
I
corpse
think it's
come
very
from?
simple. It's a killer who he writes this note, and if you just listen to the note, you just do as you're told for once in your life, son, then you don't die.
Who
Wait,
was the corpse? Was
Yes,
that the guy
this
who
does
was behind
feel
him?
like-
The last victim who also didn't look behind himself.
people don't look
This
Hold
killer
on,
was
hold
like
on.
a former teacher with a bunch of bratty students who just never fucking listened, you know?
Hold on,
and so
I-
now he's got to go around killing people.
I gotta clear something up. You said the 24-hour thing. I don't think that's your math checks out there. He sees the note. 18 hours later, he falls asleep,
Oh, you're right. Yeah. so it
and
was
then
more than
he spends
24 hours.
X amount of time asleep. And then he wakes up. An hour later, he's getting ready for work, sees a corpse, and then 6 hours after that, he's dead.
All right, well, in that case,
But,
it was
like,
probably just...
the person who
It was probably
killed him-
just that day.
The person who stabbed him
Right.
or whatever, fatally wounded him, and then called the police, and they still didn't fatally wound him that he was going to die before EMTs got there. They rushed him to the hospital, and he had 6 hours.
Yeah, dude, it's
And
like,
they still put
this
his
entire-
murderer's words on his gravestone.
This
Rude.
almost could have been cool if they had just actually put any amount of thought into this, into the actual.
Again,
part
it's
of
just
this,
it's
you
a
know?
killer who just wishes that for once you would just fucking listen.
Like
Just
you know, there's
listen,
like a
goddamn.
shell of like what could be cool, you know, and then it's like whoever wrote this like could not think of anything that was supposed to actually.
That's why
along
it's
with
that's why it's merely the spooka.
I
And,
know it doesn't go anywhere or do anything. It's just so funny to me how like I don't know. You can see like the exact moment that they ran out of ideas.
Well, I mean, this story is barely an idea as it is.
Yeah.
I want to say there's nothing interesting in the comments except for the fact that there's a guy whose account is called CP Lover,
Yeah.
and I think he means creepypasta lover.
I assume he
meant
was
Corpse
creepy.
Party.
Should we tell him that he should probably pick a different name? Jesus Christ!
Or maybe he's a big fan of Corpse Party.
That would be
Yeah.
nice, too.
or that Call of Duty
Or
game where
COD
you get
points. He could love COD points.
this Call of Duty points.
Checkpoint
Yeah.
lover. You can't
No,
get
not
through
Call
a
of
game
Duty
without
points. They're
checkpoints.
called COD points. It's very specifically not Call of Duty points. They are COD points. Why?
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue.
Well,
Can I just say, CP Lover's comment is really interesting. Such an idiot not to look behind. Decent enough to forced look back and front all day.
What?
You didn't understand that? Decent enough to forced look back and front all day, Matt.
What?
These.
Wait, can you read
I
it
don't
to me
know.
one more time?
Such
Bob,
an
just so I fully
idiot not to
understand?
look behind. Decent enough to forced look back and front all day.
What? I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. I don't know what he means
Sick.
by that.
No one knows. No one knows. All right. Well, we got one more story. Do we want to do that one more story, or do we want to? I'm down.
no, we definitely want to do it.
Okay.
The Woods.
The Woods. It had woods in it.
It's a
Yeah.
musical.
From
All right.
2008, it's also
Yeah, this
in
one's
the
also really
screenplays category on fanfiction.net, the same category that brought you Declaration Dizastar, if I remember right.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Jesus.
No. Declaration Digital was the miscellaneous story section.
Oh, was
Not
it really? I thought it was in screenplays. It just was a screenplay, though.
Yeah, it was one. It should have been in the
Right,
screenplay
it
section.
It should have
but
been
it
a
wasn't.
movie.
is
They
one.
should have made a movie out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, The Woods
This.
by Sorna Akadi. A scary story about a little boy's backyard. Still work in progress, but will include scary, funny woods yard, scary, ghost forests, haunted, pleasant joy.
What?
Ladder, games.
Yeah, I was about to say
I
that.
don't know. Sorta Akadi.
Sorta.com.
It's Sorna Akadi in 2008. I may need to go back in time to 2008 to let you know that this is not how tag spam works.
Oh my God! Yeah, he probably was doing tag spam.
But you can't put the word scary in it 4 times and expect that to get you higher results.
That
Scary,
just
it's scary,
means that it's
scary,
really
funny.
scary.
Bets, baseball. Can't be
Other people might have only said scary once, but he says it 4 times, so you know it's scary.
Ghost Forest, haunted,
right.
haunted. KFAneated.com. KFAneated.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? And then we look at it, and the story just says another day, another
Another
dollar.
day.
The Woods. I walked out the front door as a familiar voice said,
Did you grab your bat bag, your hat, your cleats?
Scary, funny, scary woods.
haunted forests, ghosts.
Ladder, game, scary,
Wine.
ghost, haunted, pleasant joy.
baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just the number 1, and then
Hey, we are number
I
one.
walked out the front door as a familiar voice said,
Oh
Did
no!
you
See,
grab your
it's a little cold open for us
It is.
to get us
And then it's
excited for the
chapter
story.
one.
It's like, here's a little sneak peek before I tell you you're in chapter 1. I walked out the front door.
You're in chapter 1.
You're in chapter
Did you
1.
grab your bat bag, your hat, your cleats? Did you even put your belt on?
KFAneated.com.
my dad's voice was as melancholy as ever, but I answered,
Oh.
yes, Dad. I have everything on and everything ready to go. I will be in the car.
Wow.
1. Who has to wear a belt as part of what I assume is a
But this is
sports
baseball.
uniform?
I think this is baseball.
baseball?
Yeah, remember,
have
it's
your-
the worst sport, so you do have to wear a belt.
No, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Connor's never been out here wearing his baseball belt. Like, get out of here, dude.
You do actually
Yeah.
have to wear a belt in baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah, in case you ever need to pull it off and spank the first
Okay.
baseman.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
You've been
I
a
guess
naughty
I just
boy,
didn't.
first baseman, and then everybody gets around and they spank. Yeah, it's a whole thing in
It's
baseball.
it's always the first baseman. That's why it's the hardest position in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, besides shortstop, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about what happens with the shortstop.
Oh,
With that beat,
baseball's a delicious sport.
It's America's pastime.
America's
when they call it when they
Field
call
of
it the
dreams.
seventh
Field of dreams.
when they call it the 7th inning stretch, you don't want to know what stretch is. With that being said, I walked to my dad's
No.
truck, dragging my feet as I did so.
I waked to my dad's truck.
I
Oh.
waked to my. Okay.
Dude, he'd
All right,
love to be
pay attention.
wakeboarding right now, but he's
Oh,
playing
yeah.
baseball.
Once I was at the navy blue truck's door. I reached for the handle, pulling only for the door to not even budge. I tried the handle a few more times before finally realizing that it was locked.
What?
He's very slow in
Took
the
you
draw.
this long?
This kid's an outfielder. I know it. I
Oh,
just
okay,
know it.
yeah.
I was an
I gotcha.
outfielder, and I'm dumb as hell.
Dude, I sucked at baseball. They made me right field, and I just stood around, and I was so glad nothing ever came my way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they stand you behind the fence just
I
to
was-
retrieve home runs.
Yeah, they actually made me wait outside the dugout, even in civilian
Yeah.
clothes. It was weird.
They put you in the parking lot to
Yeah.
catch the home runs.
Coach Mills
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, you're better as a fan," and I was like, "Really? You think so? Okay." He's like, "Important part of the team. You got to keep the morale up." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, they give you a phone
They made
finger
you a
and tell you to go
cheerleader.
nuts.
That was
Yeah.
insane, dog.
And
Take
then my-
this
and then-
flag and wave it back and forth.
And then right at the end of the game, right when my mom would show up to pick me up, he would have me switch into my baseball clothes, go high five the other team, and go back to my mom. She'd be like, "Wow, you didn't work up a sweat at all." And I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I worked really hard at baseball today."
All right.
Well, so they can also employ you as an inside agent, seduce the other team. There's all sorts of techniques.
Sorry, I was a child.
Well, I
They-
mean, you know.
They got you working quickly.
God.
I began to walk back to the house when I heard a blood-curdling scream.
Oh,
The scream startled me, and I was about to investigate where the scream had come from when my dad's voice called from inside the house.
Zach, the car door is locked. Come and get the keys on the kitchen counter, and I'll be out in a bit.
So Dad didn't hear the blood-curdling scream?
Dad killed somebody.
He has a melancholy voice. Okay, he's done with life.
Yeah. All right, I yelled back as I went back into the house, still unable to shake the eerie feeling of the scream.
Yeah.
I
Scream
walked towards
touched
the
me.
kitchen counters and thought to
Counters?
myself,
Comma
period.
Counters?
Yeah,
Yeah, they have multiple
they
counters.
haven't
It's
finished
a-
the kitchen, so there's just like granite countertops just leaning on the walls
Yeah,
next
that's what I
to
was thinking.
unfinished, like an unfinished island in the middle of the room.
His dad lost his job as a kitchen counter salesman, and so he brought the inventory home.
Yeah.
From
He
his shop.
sadly
and it's
loaded
just
it up
everywhere.
into his navy blue truck and brought it home.
And there's counters just all over the place, unsold inventory.
It's sad.
Yeah. Maybe it was just some kids playing.
Yeah.
Maybe my mind is playing with me. That was one of the worst screams I've ever heard in my life. Maybe I should.
Come on, let's go. We're gonna be late.
My dad shook me from my thoughts as he yelled at me from the front door. I realized that I hadn't even grabbed the keys yet. I grabbed the keys without more hesitation and walked through the front door. We arrived at my baseball game with only a few minutes to spare. This baseball game took place in Owasso, Oklahoma.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
My hometown for 3 years now.
That's not our hometown.
Thanks for letting me know.
works.
This Why
Isn't a
this?
hometown where you were born, or where you
born?
come
Yeah.
from, where you were raised? Like
He's
it's not
only
like
3 years old.
Anywhere I roam, where I hang my head
My
is
head.
home.
Yeah, home is where you hang your head.
my hometown is in Kansas, but I live somewhere else now. So right?
Well, you know,
My
they say
lifestyle
home is where you
hometown
are.
determines
years.
my death style. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just keep saying Metallica lines until you agree with me.
Yeah.
Say
I used to live in Reading,
nigger.
Pennsylvania, until my dad's promise to my mom came to action.
Mm-hmm.
When they married, he promised they would move to Oklahoma. And well, here we are.
That is a major
What?
red flag. As someone who lived in Oklahoma, if your partner is asking you to move to Oklahoma to get married, which is what I did, that's a major red flag. Now, my marriage ended up working out, but Oklahoma sucks.
Outside of the musical, it's not great.
Yeah, shout out to my Oklahomies trying to make their way out there. But, like, this is...
Yeah.
You get out when you can.
Damn.
We did, and
Yeah,
I am
there's
not
no-
looking back.
There's nothing to do there except maybe visit the desert.
Yeah.
All right. I jumped out the truck, okay, and quickly closed the door behind me. All my teammates were already here, throwing the ball around to each other.
Man, imagine if they lost the ball. Then they couldn't play baseball at all.
Yeah, they don't have very many. That's why they put Bob behind the fence to go collect them, you know.
Yeah.
I waved at everyone, and they waved back. They seemed relieved that I made it before the game started.
They seemed relieved. Yeah.
Man, I'm
I don't,
so
I
glad
don't know
you
how
got
to
the
describe
degree
this
they were.
type of writing.
Right. It's
This
so
is the-
descriptive. There's so many little details being described. And it's like, I understand that you're trying to be descriptive, but so many of these details are unnecessary. They don't
Well, that's
add
what I was saying.
anything.
It's the sort of thing where it's like I'm trying to progress from like writing like a child, where it's just like, you know, the superhero punch the bad guys and save the day at the end, and so it's like. But you don't know what detail to add, and so you just add detail that is so fucking boring.
Yeah, I pulled the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I pulled it a few more times. Then I realized the door was locked. So I turned around, and as I walked back, then something important happens. And then I go inside, and then we see things about countertops and talking to Dad, and it's like, there was something important that happened that you just buried in the middle of the scene.
Yeah. I took a step, then I took a step, I took another step, one more step, I'm stepping.
I wouldn't be honest if I wasn't also saying, I'm saying this from experience, I write like this sometimes. I look at my writing and I'm like, I wrote 4 paragraphs and I only need 1 paragraph's worth of this shit. Like, I wrote way too much. I need to cut all of this out. You know.
They say to write what you know. Now, what do I know? Playing boring-ass baseball like every other kid.
I know. These are the things I know. Inhale, exhale, left foot, right foot, pull door handle, pull door handle again, pull door handle again, turn. Like, these are the things you know. So they're writing the things they know. Every detail.
Yeah.
I walked over to the dugout with my dad following closely behind me. Actually, yes. Dakota Miller, one of my friends from our team, came up to me and smacked me on the arm.
Thought you'd never get here, Mr. Slow.
Shut up. Shut up. I got here as fast as I could, I replied while chuckling a bit. Who are we playing again? I asked him, looking over to the other team.
We're playing the Tulsa Drillers. Bunch of rotten
What?
Tulsa kids, if you ask me. Weird.
Yeah,
Wow.
fuck Tulsa. Fuck Tulsa.
Hey.
Already
Hey.
taking... What?
No, I gotta say, let's not start infighting among the Oklahomies, okay? Like, there's no reason to start this sort of beef. You know, the people
Tulsa
of Owasso and
Drillers?
Tulsa and Oklahoma
That's how
City,
they keep you down.
we're all friends.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my people in Bethany. Like, you know,
Except
we're
for
all
Tulsa
friends
kids.
here.
You're not my friend.
No, the Tulsa kids too.
Yeah, I
'Cause we're
know.
all
They're friends
struggling.
with you, but not me. I'm not friends with them. Fuck
All
Tulsa.
right, fine.
Throw your
Yeah, but why
hands
do they
up
have
if you
such a
Tulsa
sexual
son.
name? Why the fuck are they called the Tulsa Drillers?
Because you know what? Here's the thing. You know what? Well, you know what?
for oil.
Tulsa is backwards, and you know what? Drillers is backwards. Drillers is Strillard.
Yeah,
A slut.
Strillard.
Wait, Tulsa is a slut backwards.
Yeah, there's some joke like that. What's a slut backwards or something? I don't know.
yeah.
It's like
Oh,
some kind of
man.
slut shaming joke.
a plan, a slut, Tulsa. Yeah. Dakota snickered. Yeah, sure
fucking
looks like
sucks.
it. Ellipsis, then not one, not three. But we can't let them win against the Owasso Cardinals. We'll kick their ass in no time. I said with a feeling that we had this game won, no doubt.
No doubt.
Man,
I thought he
I love
didn't
this
like
story.
baseball.
I love this story. The woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the woods with you. The woods. The woods.
We
Into
still
the
haven't.
woods.
We still haven't. I mean, didn't he hate baseball initially?
I have no fucking clue. What's
Whatever.
Now he's really into it.
All right.
From the way they were throwing the ball to each other, I wouldn't be amazed if they couldn't see a nuclear bomb coming straight at them.
Jesus, what
I've
does
never
that
heard that
mean?
before, and what does that mean?
What does that mean?
They're all blind.
So the way
guess.
they're throwing the ball to each other makes it seem like they don't know how to catch.
Well, like they keep missing each other and stuff. I mean, he's trying to basically say, like, you couldn't hit, the broadside of a barn.
So why did he say that?
Well, because they couldn't see a nuclear bomb coming straight at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so much cooler to ride out.
Is it?
So okay.
Well, keep in mind, Oklahoma is very focused on nuclear bombs.
I
If you
lived
there. All declassified files from foreign countries have showed they always target Oklahoma first.
I mean, that certainly
very
explains
concerned.
why it's a fucking wasteland out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've actually already targeted.
There are
Oklahoma.
things I miss about Oklahoma, but the more I think about it, the more I'm glad I'm out.
Yeah, the nuclear fallout was probably the worst part.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
definitely a big problem.
So it seemed that we were going to be the first ones up to bat, and I was the lucky first to bat. No way was I going to miss the first one he throws at me.
Wait, why the fuck are you the guy first to bat? You're the home team. The home team bats last.
You're also like, you feel lucky. I thought he hated baseball.
Man, I hate baseball.
He was like dragging his feet. He didn't want to go, and now that he's here, he's like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna kill these Tulsa drillers." Like,
Yeah.
He just had to psych himself up for it.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah. The
Once
car
you're
rider
there.
The
got him
blood
there.
curdling scream gave him otherworldly strength.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Come
is
on,
dumb.
Zachary. Hit that ball out of here.
My dad's shouting, even though he seemed very apathetic beforehand, now he's shouting, was loud enough to even make my ears bleed.
He's shouting very loudly, but very apathetic.
I think it's great that he's got a dad shouting in the crowd so hard that it's distracting his son and killing the people nearby.
Right.
I presume,
they're-
right?
They turned to goo next to him.
Imagine
heard
you're
heads
playing baseball and
explode.
you turn and you see your dad in the crowd and he shouts, "Go get him!" And then suddenly the people near him, their heads are exploding and he's just like, "Yeah, kick their asses!"
And then the
Well, yeah.
guys in front of him, just like their upper torso gets
Just
annihilated
blown
'cause
off,
They
yeah.
were in
Yeah.
the way of the sound waves.
Yeah, little bits
You're-
of their
you're implying
bone and blood are flying towards you.
That implies that someone else is in the stand.
That's true.
His dad's the only one there.
They've
He's
played
sitting up
other
at the
games
very,
this
very, very
season.
top.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
He's gonna Fuso daw you apart.
He's gonna dog you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before the pitcher could even wind up to throw, I heard someone say,
Rain! Everyone, come to your dugouts.
What a strange voice you chose.
That's what he heard someone.
That's
say.
what. Yeah,
Somayoni-chan.
that's true. Oh, so many.
That's a unique voice. I've never used that one before. This is the first time in 10
It's like
years you've ever
halfway
heard
to your
it.
news anchor thing.
so
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the SpongeBob.
it's a
thing.
rare voice.
It's a rare mat out
That's a
here.
rare
You only
mat.
get this shit once every 10 years.
Yeah. Then you crawl back underground and wait.
Yeah. Well, I have to go sit underground for 17 years before I can come out and
Come
mate
back
and
out,
die.
mate
So,
and die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How sucky, I thought. The game is getting canceled because of some stupid rain.
Yeah, fucking sucks.
It's
That's
yeah.
why I only play indoor baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Indoor baseball.
Yeah, just imagine baseball with a really bouncy ball, like a springing ceiling that's like 10 foot tall, and so it ricochets all over the place.
That's great. Yeah, I love that.
I've heard of arena soccer, but arena baseball.
I'm just imagining baseball, but it's like the size of a fucking basketball stadium with like
Basketball
the low
court,
ceiling
yeah.
and everything. That'd be so fucking funny.
Yeah, they had arena soccer, arena football, arena golf, like all sorts of arena.
We could do like in like a little like squash court, like that size room. We can do baseball with like a bouncy squash ball, so it's like bouncing all over the place, beaning people in the head.
Yeah.
Oh,
taking
that's
out
what those
knees.
rooms are for.
Yeah, to take out knees.
Yeah.
I prefer a hand-to-hand baseball.
It shouldn't
All right.
be that funny.
Yeah.
But it is. Because slaughtering people is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just thinking, just picturing indoor baseball in my head. Just the image is fucking killing
You see, Matt, that's how all my jokes work. They shouldn't be funny, yet somehow they are.
Yeah, somehow.
I'm just, I live in my mind fortress.
It
just
strains
thinking about
credulity
stuff.
that Blake can tell jokes this funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wouldn't believe it.
It's incredible, as in not credible. I don't believe it.
I walked back to my dugout, looking up at the sky. The clouds were dark and looked to be full of rain. Why did you even start? Why did you even start
If
the
a
game?
fucking child can look up and predict that we're going to get rain, I think.
Why did we?
Why did we let it get
write
this
that
far? We were
fucking
about to throw the
sentence?
first pitch.
The game is getting canceled because of rain. I looked up and saw rain. It's like, why would you write that?
You know,
Well, they're
on
fine
the
with
other end of
regular rain, but this is that acid rain.
On the
and
other
that
end of the
nuclear
spectrum,
fallout.
one time when we were playing baseball when I was a kid, there was a the clouds got out and both coaches were like, we should stop. We should not play this game. And the ref was like, well, we don't really have another time to play this game because we're part of some tournament structure. So like, if we can just do this real quick or one of you wants to forfeit, neither coach wanted to forfeit. They just wanted to postpone the game. And I was like, this is stupid. We forfeit. I want to forfeit. Can we forfeit? And they wouldn't let us forfeit. But we started playing and it was drizzling, which is already much further than these people in the story got. But then lightning struck the edge of the field, and then we were like, okay, we should all go home. Like these
Just
people.
hold your aluminum bat high in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you can go by the power of Grayskull as the fucking lightning hits
by the
you,
power
kills
of.
Incinerated completely.
Yeah.
you. There's nothing left.
So, as soon as I entered the dugout, it began to rain harder. Not only had I almost been late, it had begun to pour.
Those are
What a
unrelated
day
Oh, it
I
wouldn't
was
matter if you were
having.
late.
Those
the game's
are-
not happening.
Those are unrelated things.
What a day I was having.
What a
My dad was also a coach of our team, along with
What?
my other coach, Rusty.
So we
Why
really
was
should have
he-
been
Okay,
there
so you-
earlier.
Stands.
Your dad really should, yeah. Both of them were standing in front of everyone, and my dad was the first to speak.
Looks like we're gonna have to call off this game because of the rain. Seems like we're in for a storm for the rest of the day.
Did no one check the freaking weather forecast?
Nah,
No.
man.
Like, you could have canceled this hours ago.
Nah, man. Couldn't do it.
Hey. Then Rusty spoke.
Call the game info number tomorrow, and it should be updated for our rematch against them. Sorry, guys.
Call the hotline.
They have a hotline set up to automatically tell you when your matches are.
You
That's
know?
crazy.
Used to call me on my smell phone.
Yeah, they got real serious about baseball.
That's crazy to me. I can't even imagine Little League actually setting up like a proper Google Calendar,
To be
let alone
fair,
a
Bob,
fucking info number.
To be fair, Bob, we did set up the Steel Donut hotline. Call the Steel Donut hotline to find out when our next video is coming out.
Yeah, 1-800-MYSTERY.
Yeah. We should have. We really should have.
We should have gotten that. I should have
Yeah.
bought that number, dude. I bet that number wasn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hotlines are such an outdated concept. The last time I remember anyone having a hotline was CinemaSins.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I wonder if I can go buy 1-800-MYSTERY right now. You think I can buy that hotline?
Well, you know
They're
what?
giving it away.
Actually,
Maybe,
you know
but
who had
check afterwards.
a more interesting hotline? I think Lasagna Cat had that hotline that they turned
Oh,
into.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And everyone
I
called
remember
in, and like half of it was like jokes, and like half of it was serious.
I mean, it was still good. I liked it.
No. I mean, just like people who didn't like were what's the word like had no idea if this was actually a real thing or not. You know what I mean?
I mean, that
And
was
the other
what
half
was
were
beautiful
people, like-
about it. You got this huge spectrum of the human experience. It was so
Yeah, I
nice.
know it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone was somewhat sad that the game got rained out. I ran back out to the car, getting soaked along the way. I jumped into the car, quickly closing the car door
soaked
so
along
not
the
much
way.
rain could get on the door. It's a Cybertruck. If it gets on
okay.
the door, it's going to die.
Yeah, the whole car is going to explode.
I took off my baseball cap, threw it in the back seat because it had been soaked through, and
get
brushed
it.
off my brunette hair of some rain.
What?
I
Who
quietly
cares?
waited for my dad to return to the car.
As
I
opposed
tried
to
to look through
loudly
the front
crying
windshield.
that he's not here. Like, what?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to speed run this.
Yeah.
I tried to look through the front windshield to see what my dad was doing, but the rain was pouring down so hard now that I couldn't see 2 feet in front of the car. I sighed, thinking that he might be a while.
I'm gonna be honest, Connor. I think you can definitely shave a few seconds off the speed run.
Oh my god.
I think that the speed running this one paragraph tech is gonna go crazy. In the
I
next
think
few
honestly, I think you
Also,
could probably
guys,
improve your
the
speedrun
woods.
time if you
years. Yeah, I
just
know. Are they
dropped-
ever showing up?
Yeah, the woods, the
Story's
backyard that was
almost over.
mentioned.
Where the fucking woods at?
I'm waiting for the 3 things I'm waiting for are woods, the scary story about the little boy's backyard, and yard scary ghost forest haunted pleasant joy. Those are the things I'm waiting
yeah,
for.
I'm waiting for. I'll tell you what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for scary. The 3 things: scary, and scary.
Okay.
And I'm also
well-
kind of waiting for yard, ghost, forestes,
Yeah.
and funny as well.
To anyone actually waiting, I scrolled down a little bit. It's gonna be another like paragraph or so.
We'll
but
be
it looks
fine.
like maybe some things are gonna
I'm
be
just
happening.
teasing. But
Yeah, I know.
The 3 H's of horror, you know?
Yeah. The 3 H's.
Yeah, the 3 H's are hesitation, horror. That's right. One of the H's of horror is horror, and then the last one is waiting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting.
for the scares.
I decided to find what little entertainment I could looking outside. I
God.
thought that maybe I could see people running to their car for shelter from the rain, or maybe a bird getting soaked from the unexpected rain.
Why would you what?
Hang
simple
on,
life.
I lived in Oklahoma. That is what people found entertaining. I mean, you look outside when it's raining and you see people getting drenched, and you're like, "This is the best we're getting today. This is a highlight of my day.
This is prime TV.
This is prime. Yeah, we don't get anything better."
But when I looked out my window, all I could see was rain and some fog.
Damn.
Disappointed, I frowned and decided that I'd look for my Game Boy or something that might provide entertainment while I wait. But something dark moved outside my window that caught my attention. Huh?
Huh?
I moved closer to the window
Oh,
and
it actually
squint my
doesn't
eyes
say
a bit.
huh.
Huh? Yeah, it's that cat just Whatever it was that was out there wasn't moving, only standing there. And
Menacingly.
it seemed like it was staring at me.
Standing menacingly.
It looked to be a man at average height with a black trench coat on. He had a hood over his face, so I couldn't tell if he was looking directly at me, but I just had a feeling he was. The rain seemed as though it didn't hit him at all. It was as though he had something invisible over him, protecting him from the rain.
No,
Like one of
Oh
those
my god, he got
umbrellas.
the air umbrella.
he has an air
Yeah,
umbrella.
really.
No.
As I looked at him, he seemed to draw nearer each second I looked at him.
What a bad sentence.
If you need foundation repair, you need foundation repair.
If I could do it all over again,
And I would do it all over again.
We love what we do, and we love who we are.
We're Dobus PR.
We're Dobus VR.
D-O-B-I-S. Okay. Something in my mind kept telling me to not look away. Like there was a voice I was hypnotized by. It kept saying,
No, this is the voice I
look
guess.
this way.
This
Or-
way, not the other.
Look behind you.
Oh
I
my God.
said, look behind you.
204863.
I looked behind me, and it was Jerry Seinfeld.
Ah!
Everything's come together.
9/11 happened right then and there.
I looked behind me and I saw 9/11.
What the fuck? I'm not even in New York.
The man stopped moving, reached up to his hood, and pulled it off, revealing a disturbing image that brought me back to the blood-curdling scream.
Revealing so he pulled up his hood and it was just a floating PNG.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just got a fucking like picture of
For a head.
photograph tied or taped to his forehead.
You remember Smile Dog? 2. I guess that was all 1, and this is 2.
What you want to do here? Beat him a
My-
like root beer.
My head hurt. I felt dizzy and was cold. I thought I was going to throw up for a minute when I thought... I thought I was going to throw up for a minute when I thought.
Yeah.
Well, this
Yeah,
thought you're
thought.
about to read will make it will make you very likely to throw up. So, audience, be prepared. You're going to have to really mentally, strengthen yourself to not throw up when you hear this thought.
Yeah. Where am I? I was in the car waiting for Dad. Then a man came out of nowhere, and then...
What a
Oh
thought.
God!
People reading that.
I couldn't remember anything past that. I took a look at my surroundings and found I was still sitting on something, but the question was, what was I sitting on?
You're bad at writing horror. You're really fucking bad. It's like why?
I don't know, man. I'm really scared.
How?
I was sitting on nothing.
Ah!
Ah! Yeah. Everywhere I looked, it was darkness. Left, right, up, down, nothingness.
BA select start.
Up, down, up, down. Yeah. I began to freak out a little bit until a blinding light right in front of me flashed. Then I saw the man in the cloak again.
Are we in the woods yet?
Bring me home and have myself trying to think of a logical reason for why that happened and stuff, and
Wait,
then
what?
just think that my mind is playing tricks with me.
Wait, what? We missed something? What happened?
I didn't miss something. Maybe the author did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What happened?
He deleted all the parts about the woods.
It's like, what happened here?
Then have me wake up on a Sunday because it was just a Saturday yesterday.
What?
What the
No, you
fuck?
can't wipe.
What the
What
and
the fuck
have-
happened? Where'd
It's
your
like stream
story
of,
go?
just like Conago. It's supposed to be like stream of conscious. For some
and
reason.
have nothing happen. But then come Monday, have me wake up, take a shower, teeth brushed, 4 periods, etc. for school, and then the same thing that I saw in my car, let me see it across from the street where I'm
What?
standing there, and it whispers something, then a car pass, and it be gone.
What happened to the writer?
I'm waiting for it to like slow down and make sense, and
No,
it's
no,
not.
come on, wait, read the next part.
And then it could be gone. And I think about it all day at school, and I see it again when I get onto the bus, and someone says my name, and I say hi, and I look back at it, and it is gone.
What?
8 periods? 7?
Yeah, no,
7
not
periods.
7. Yeah, not 6, not 5.
And then once you are done with all that, I will write again to tell you what I want to happen.
And he
What
never
happened,
wrote
dude?
again.
I feel like we saw a fucking story get murdered in real time. Like,
Well,
it got fucking bisected. What happened to the rest of the story?
also, and go up to that line where he says, "And have nothing happen." I just gotta say, like nothing
Like
fucking
nothing
happened.
happened.
Wow.
Yeah, no, what? So,
Like nothing happened.
So
yeah,
we
the
didn't,
whole writing style changed.
So we didn't get like the woods or the backyard or the scary funny woods yard, scary
we
scary
got some
ghost
funny at
forest
least.
is haunted
Maybe that was a
pleasant
ghost, but that would be the closest anything got.
So I feel like, wait, was the story just supposed to end at the man in the cloak again, and
This-
then like just some stream of consciousness shit got tacked onto the end by accident? Like these were his notes or something? Like what happened here?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just-
know.
Yeah, is that like an author's note?
Is that not like an author's note is in for us to read, just like where he's just typing like his thoughts of what he's gonna happen next, and he just left it in the fucking story?
Yeah, well, I think it was supposed to be stream of conscious, but it's just bad. Also, I'm assuming the picture in the story is the author.
Yeah. Well, if you go to his page, it says, this was updated in 2009. I am 16 and I enjoy stories, especially enjoy sports. Sorry, I cannot say that. That's racist. Swimming and baseball.
Yeah.
Well, you also can't read the one review in this story if you don't
Yeah, I
want to be
know.
racist
I
either.
can't see that. You can't read that either.
We don't need
But
to.
to be fair, he is a very energetic person.
Dude, I just
Also
like
says
how
the
he was
profile.
16 in 2009, which, when was the story uploaded? 2008?
Yeah.
So, like, I just like how he hasn't touched his fanfiction.net profile ever since adding a picture of himself, I presume. Just think about it. He's 16 in 2009, right? So how old is he now?
100 years old.
Wait,
Older
I gotta
than
do
us.
Math real quick. Hang on. I can't do math. Never
No,
mind.
actually, just as old as us, or at least Bob and I.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
30.
100 years old.
100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. He's
Just
around
think
our
it-
age.
In
Isn't that
another
nuts?
timeline, Sorna Akadi was a member of the Steel.
I was
Donut
gonna
Collective.
say that. Yeah, at another timeline, this would be him right here.
The only requirement for being in the Steel Donut Collective is being in a vague age range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have been us. He could have been us.
Anyone in their late 20s or early 30s could have been in the Steel Donut if they just met us.
Yeah, there was a period of time where we were doing auditions, and holy shit.
Yeah.
We almost had like 600 people in the Steel Donut at one point.
Yeah.
A true collective.
Yeah. That's why we were called the Steel Donut Collective. Here. So I just...
I do wonder what happened to this story, though.
this is a lost episode, right? So can we make this the thumbnail? No, we probably shouldn't use AI art as the thumbnail, but here you go. Here's a picture of us generated by AI
Oh my god.
for a creepypasta. Yeah,
Which one am I?
That is
There's-
creepy.
I don't know, man. I asked it to draw 4 dudes. So
Why did it
Jesus.
draw
When you
5?
ask it to draw 5, it draws 6. When you ask it to draw 4, it draws 5.
and usually it draws me twice, but this time I don't know, man. I don't know who
Which
anybody
one
is.
is you? I'm the one on the far left. Blake's the one on the far right. I don't know which one Connor is, though.
Yeah, that was me. And like when I was like 13, I had
He-
blonde hair that was long.
Which one is Connor? Is
I
Connor
guess
the guy
I'm
in
the
the
second
middle?
from the left.
Which one of
Second
these is
from-
Bob?
I think I must be the guy on the right.
Yeah,
like
you got to be the guy with
fourth one.
glasses because you have glasses, Bob. and a
Oh,
beard.
that's no. I was thinking the guy on the second to last guy. He's
Yeah,
got
and
slightly
that's yellow
darker
right in the
skin, and that makes yellow in the middle, I guess.
Is that Connor
Yeah.
over there on the far left?
No,
Not the
that's
far
y-
left, but the second to left.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Second left.
That doesn't-
Damn, I'm
not-
looking good.
Not one of these looks like any of us. So
Yeah.
I love how I'm the only one who's baring my teeth when in fact I do not have one of those 2 teeth.
oh well.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'm the one out of 5.
What? What AI generated this?
This is
Bing?
Dolly.
Okay.
Oh, Dolly did. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Dolly.
Well, that was 3 quick stories, 3 quick spooky stories.
And this episode didn't air, except it did air once in 1995.
Yeah.
Yes.
That whole 9/11
forget-
thing really
Well, thanks
messed up
for
the Steel Donut. Let me tell you that.
And don't forget, guys, we are the lizards.
That was actually funny. Sincerely, from all of us, thank you for joining us in celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We have a whole playlist of the videos we released this week, link on screen. Did you know that after we retired, 2 more channels started to continue our legacy? Original Content Self-Inflicted just did a whole crazy month-long event of GarageBand stories, and Donut Like Donut Read has their own month-long event coming up. Uh-oh, did I spoil that? Maybe go check them out and see what they're up to. And once in a while, some of us SDC boys find our way onto the Kind of Friends channel, so maybe go check out our backlog over there. Stay cool, folks, be good to one another, and see you in another 10 years.